There are roles in a development team that are critical to your success, and finding talented people to play those roles can be near impossible in today's talent market, even if you have a lot of time and money to spend. In this video, we'll review those most cherished of development team members, the roles that are virtually impossible to fill on short notice. We've seen the absence of these team members literally sink development projects, and often at the biggest studios in the industry. We are the Ask Game Dev crew, aka Run DMC++, aka Dev Stranding. This week on Ask Game Dev, the hardest roles to fill on a dev team. Welcome back. If you're new to Ask Game Dev, we make videos to help you learn about the games industry so that you can elevate your games and inspire others. If you're on a game dev journey, consider subscribing, as our community works together through videos and comments to share insights and best practices that will help your game development. Ever been part of development projects that struggle because of that one specific skill set role that just can't be filled? It can be a real problem. Development may be moving along, but one area just can't hit the quality bar needed because you haven't secured that one expert. Other team members are trying to learn that specific discipline on the fly. But if there's one thing that you never want to do, it's ask someone unfamiliar with a critical area to solve it in a short timeline. In a worst-case scenario, the whole team can stall as a result of this problem, and this happens more often than you would think. Before we discuss the specific roles where we've seen this occur, let's first dive into how this can happen by reviewing how teams are structured in game development. With most game development projects, the people behind the software are a group of talented professionals with complementary skill sets. These skill sets include defining designs, creating audio, animations, or art, or writing freshly authored game code. These teams can be big. Hundreds of people are often needed for the AAA hits that are huge sellers. Alternatively, some teams can be very small, with many indie titles being developed by a small group of passionate game makers. If you want to learn more about game development teams and how games are made, click the card here to review a recent video we did on that topic. With modern game engines and asset marketplaces increasing the off-the-shelf options for developers, small teams are increasingly able to compete with larger development teams. But that said, there are some game dev areas where off-the-shelf solutions just can't compare with the custom implementations that a skilled team member can provide. Let's start our list with visuals, specifically rendering. The strong rendering engineer has historically been the hardest role to fill on a dev team. Why? It's because rendering is a very complicated discipline within general engineering and requires strong mathematical skills in addition to familiarity with major rendering engines like DirectX and OpenGL. Most development teams do not carry a large number of rendering engineers, so the number of experienced renderers in the industry is comparatively small. Renderers can have a huge impact on the quality of a title. Many popular game engines have rendering tech built into the core offerings, but customization or specialized effects will often require custom work. Renderers use shaders and lighting effects to enhance the realism of a game. Additionally, renderers can be critical in the process of porting a title to a new platform or engine, as those efforts commonly require rendering tech upgrades. Renderers command very high salaries as a result of their short supply and high impact on game quality. Small development studios can struggle in their attempts to secure rendering help, often choosing to take visual concessions or hoping that generalist engineers can quickly get up to speed on rendering basics. Let's stay with visuals for our next selection. Have you ever worked with a game engine where importing content assets into the build was a constant struggle? Or have you ever faced the challenge of having to make changes to a batch of assets as a result of performance problems? Or have you ever needed to create a custom tool to help with the speed of level creation? If you have seen these problems, then you've run into the types of challenges that are typically solved by a technical artist. Tech artists provide a bridge between the art team and the engineering team. They provide the ability to write scripts or create tools and pipelines that can optimize the integration of art into the build. Technical artists need to have a strong understanding of the popular art asset creation tools, including the workflow used in each and the file formats they support. They also have to know the scripting languages that can be supported in those applications and the art pipelines into the major game engines. If you want to learn more about how to get great art for your game, check out the recent video we did on that topic by clicking the card above. With the sheer amount of software and technical areas that tech artists need to keep up to date on, talented TAs are in very short supply. Tech artists can massively improve the efficiency of an art team, and given that value, game teams will compete hard for their services. Next, let's talk about networking. Modern game engines have made the creation of multiplayer and server features much more accessible through helpful out-of-the-box tools. That said, there are additional services that a game may need to support that need custom implementation. And these include matchmaking, marketplaces, social features, anti-cheat detection, leaderboards, crossplay, and many other features that require server-side work. Knowledge of cloud services, database design, networking technologies and protocols, and online services are all complex areas where an experienced network engineer can be extremely valuable. The ever-changing development ecosystem of online games is constantly exposing new challenges to game teams, and having a team member that is up to speed on the latest technologies is very hard to secure. These engineers are well paid and in short supply, as they can architect solutions quickly and build them to scale with security. Let's move on to the mobile space with our next choice. If you are working in mobile games, you no doubt are familiar with the extremely competitive landscape for user acquisition. Paying for eyeballs through different ad networks has become incredibly expensive, with many developers struggling with making the numbers work. Cost per app install continues to climb, and games which have not optimized the monetization of those paid users can easily find themselves in a money-losing proposition. Enter the user acquisition expert. The experienced, data-driven individual who can optimize ad spend in a way that continually drives down acquisition costs, while partnering with designs to increase the overall ROI of those customers. These people live in the analytics, looking for trends and anomalies that can be exploited. As a relatively new skill set amongst game teams, the population of experienced user acquisition experts is very small, with those having proven track records of success being virtual unicorns. Seriously. Those that can really move the needle on UA can be the most highly compensated individual in a game studio. These people are so sought after that they are all but off limits to small developers unless they are given a percentage of game proceeds. So there you have it, 4 of the most sought after game dev roles. Do you agree with our selections? Let us know what you think is the hardest role to fill via the poll link above. And if we missed any key roles that are hard to fill, let us know your thoughts in the comments so that your fellow viewers can hear your take. If you like our video content and want to support us, the best thing you can do to help is upvote our video or leave a comment. We publish videos every week, so consider subscribing. And if you hit the bell below, you will be notified as soon as a new video is available. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let's work together to elevate our games.